everybody. This is Denise Barrett with The Real Deal. I am so excited to see you here again today. Remember, we drop new information every Tuesday. So if you want to know about whatever pearls of wisdom we are depositing, go ahead and like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time we drop new information. Today we are talking about land again. So today we're talking about what it costs to have utilities on your land. Water, sewage, electricity, those things, the nuts and bolts things, because you have decided with your beautiful piece of property, you want to put in a vacation cabin, a hunting cabin, a tiny home, something, because you intend to be there several days at a time, maybe even a week at a time, a month at a time. You want to be able to enjoy it with all the creature comforts of home. You've got a couple of choices. You can go off-grid, which means you are not going to tie into any existing utilities. You are going full-on pioneer, and we're going to talk about that in another conversation. But for today, we are talking about on-grid. You want to tie into the existing utilities and get them to your property. So first, let's talk about electricity. Let's say you have a piece of land and there is electricity close to it. It is either running across the front and there's an easement for that. It could be running along the side, or just like an airplane, when we're talking about exits, it is possible that the closest one is behind you. So if you decide that there is one and you want to bury it, to take it to your property because you don't like the aesthetic of having above ground lines. And I'm with you on that. I'm not a fan of above ground utilities for a couple of reasons. Number one, not cute. But secondly, this is Texas, Tornado Alley. And anytime I can get something not exposed to the weather, I'm all about it. But for that line that exists and you want to get it to your house, you can expect to pay $2,000 to $6,000 to bury that existing line. The factors that come into play are: how deep are you going? Are you changing the path of that line at all? What's the terrain? Are they digging through a rock? Are they digging through sand? Do they have to go under a road? Do they have to go through woods? What is it going to take? That is going to affect it. So keep that in your noggin. Now let's say that there is no electricity in the immediate proximity, or you're going to have to get it to you where you're going to put your structure. You've got two choices. You can go above ground or you can go below ground. My first choice is always underground. So you can expect the cost of a buried electrical line to run anywhere between $10 and $25 per linear foot. That's, per foot. So if you want to go above ground, which is perfectly fine, you can expect to pay anywhere between $5 and $15 per foot. Now, that's a general parameter. Every utility district is going to have their own pricing. So you'll want to contact them directly, tell them what you're interested in doing, and get a quote from them. Now, water. We absolutely want to have water available to us when we are on the property. And for that, you will want to have the water line run from wherever it is to your property. So what's the cost on that? The cost to run a water line into your property is going to range from $50 to $150 per foot. And the reason for the variation there is the same as the electricity. Where is the closest stop point? How far are they going to have to go? What kind of land are they going to have to drill through? What kind of terrain are they going to have to get through to get that water line to your house? But keep that figure in mind. Now let's talk about the icky one, the sewage stuff, the stuff that comes out of your cabin or tiny home or whatever it is that you're putting on there. You've got to have some place for it to go. If there is not an existing sewer line, then you're going to want to put in a septic system. This is a waste containment system. And then the waste is then composted or reduced And then if it's an aerobic system, it is sprayed out onto the lawn. When you get an excess, that liquid is then sprayed out. You will want to make sure that the spray field is within the boundaries of your land, because you can't spray on someone else's land. And then for the solid waste, what they do is come out and clean the tank periodically. It runs anywhere from 3 to 5 years, depending on how much it is going to be used. The size of the tank is going to be based on the number of bedrooms in what you are putting on the property. That's how they gauge the size that you need. The cost is going to be anywhere between $6,000 and $20,000. That's a huge range, I know. But that is because I don't know the size of what you're putting on your land. I don't know what they're digging through to get it onto your land, or if you put in any fancy doohickeys on your septic system. So put that in mind. So keeping all of that in mind, in general, it's going to run you anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000 to get all the utilities onto your property if you are going on grid. I hope you found it helpful. If there's anything specific you'd like to ask, go ahead and put it in the comment field. I'm more than happy to touch base on anything that's on your mind. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope to be talking to you very soon. And it's going to be fun when we decide to talk about going off grid. That's going to be pretty cool. In the meantime, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.